To my fraternal brothers, the elders of Alpha Phi Alpha, and to our young brothers, those with the leadership kind of in their capable hands. Um, and I also want to speak to our families, parents, wives, children, and all families, and to um, all the believers who can benefit from hearing the word in this time we're in. Um, I'm thankful for you giving me this opportunity to offer some words on behalf of James Holley, Theta Rho chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha, and Dr. Peters and I were talking about how we could maybe encourage people in this time. And I definitely am inspired by all the good things that come out of this, and I want to speak to that. But also, I want to say this: we have some brothers who are out of college, as far as not being on campus, but now you're learning in a higher way, in a special way, and so be excited about that and use it for growth. I want to talk about Nehemiah just for a second. Nehemiah chapter 2 gives something that relates to what we're going through right now. Uh, Nehemiah was in the capital of Persia, right at the assistance to the king of Persia, and he longed for Jerusalem, which was a city that lied in waste in that time. And in chapter 2, verse 3, I'm sorry, there is, and said unto the king, let the king live forever. Why should not my countenance be sad when the city, the place of my father's sepulchres, lieth waste, and the gates thereof are consumed with fire? So as good as he had it in the capital, he wanted to be back in Jerusalem to tend to his people, his city. And so the king allowed him to go back. As you go through that chapter, you'll see the journey he went on. Then he spoke to the people there when he got to Jerusalem. And in verse 18, it says, then I told them of the hand of my God, which was good upon me, as also the king's words that he had spoken unto me. And they said, let us rise up and build. So they strengthened their hands for this good work. Amen. So what does this mean for us? We've worked and went to school and been out every day and longing to be back home with our families, longing to have an opportunity to just tend to ourselves. And now we have that. So we are able to come back and rebuild, just as Nehemiah was able to go back and inspire the people to not look at their situation as a sad one and be down about what was going on in Jerusalem, but see the opportunity to come together and build up. And before they rebuilt the city of Jerusalem, they had to be strengthened within themselves. And Nehemiah strengthened the people. And now we are in our homes, strengthening ourselves, getting closer to our families, closer to ourselves, actually, discovering what gifts we have, what talents, what even hobbies we have not explored, and things that we said we wish we had the time to do. Now we can do them. And have faith. Nehemiah had faith that things were going to get better, that as good as he had it in Persia, there was a greater journey, a greater work for him. And as good as we may have had it in our corporate jobs, on our college campuses, wherever we've been, now we're kind of restricted from that interaction. Now we can have a greater enriched interaction right in our homes, building ourselves up, building our families up. So that's my word for us all. Keep the faith and know that we'll get through this. We just stay patient, don't panic, just have prayer, praise, and patience. So with that, I'll say, dear Lord, may the true spirit of fraternity rule our hearts, guide our thoughts, and control our lives, so that we may become through thee servants of all. Amen.